Today is the day is here. Today is finally time for, I'm stuck. Time for Infrastructure Day! Hello everyone, I am 100% me, and this here is my good friend Woot, and I'd very much like to welcome you back into my world, where today we are finally doing infrastructure! I genuinely don't think infrastructure has ever been hyped up like this. But it's true, I've been talking about it for a couple weeks now. We are going to finally get the streets in place over here. And this little bridge over here. And we're going to make a connection over to the industrial district over there. And we're going to work on the transition between this area and this area. And we're also going to fix up this area a little bit. Filling it in, making it look like this is part of a town, right? But for all that, I shall be needing resources. Lots and lots of resources. Hello. Now, of course, we've already got paths over here, and we kind of need to continue this style, I think. I do kind of like it. It's exactly the right kind of growth that I had in mind for the rest of Gorf. And I just checked, we don't even have remotely close to all the materials we need. And so a trip to the nether is in order. Come on, Woot! Let's fly to the nether. And I've just realized I didn't bring my ender chest. I kind of need my ender chest. Going back through? Where is my ender chest? That's a good question. Doesn't matter much, we always have an ender chest in here. Chickens! I'm just going to take 2 shulker boxes. Now one of the shulker boxes is for soil, and one of the shulker boxes is for the... What's it called again? I always forget. The basalt, I think. Now basalt, as you can see, there's plenty of over here in the basalt deltas. And soil, I'm pretty sure there's lots of over there. There's a soul sand valley. So I'm going to start by gathering a whole bunch of basalt, and then once I've got a whole bunch, I guess I'll see you right back. There we go, look at that, 2 shulker boxes full with goodies, plus some extras to spare. I think we should be good to make some paths. So, something went wrong with the time-lapse? I mean, I recorded a whole bunch, I made a whole bunch of paths over here, but for some reason it only recorded the first 2 minutes of it, so that's fun. And I was so ready to jump into a time-lapse too, but look at that, we've got paths now. Now these paths sort of weave around and they connect everything with everything. Pretty much. I made little blocks for the houses, right? And in the end, all these paths lead over here. To this area. Now it does look a bit like a mess. It's kind of unorganized, and that is kind of what I wanted, but I'm not sure I wanted it in this way exactly. But it's kind of too late to change that now, because that would mean I would have to rebuild everything, and I'm not going to do that. So Gorf is a little more messy than I thought it would be, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Let's just say it adds to the feel, gives it its charm. Now pretty much all the areas are a little bit like this. This is exactly the road that I plan to build, and so I went ahead and built it. As you can see, it does look kind of gross, doesn't it? Ooh, I do really like it for this area. Gorf is supposed to be gross and apparently also a bit messy. I like it. I really don't mind it. I really quite like it. Now, what we need to do... This is a church, of course, and it has this bridge that it doesn't quite have yet. We need to build this bridge next. And so I think that's what we're going to do. See if I can get the time-lapse right this time. And as you can see, we have got ourselves a bridge. And as expected, because I kind of planned it that way, this bridge leads over from here to, of course, over there, to the other side, to the church over here. Exactly as I planned it. Now, something that I think is kind of cool is if we go down here, whoop, over here at the docks, you can't really see it all that well because the trees are in the way. But once you come through the trees, here you go. It's right here. I think it's really cool how that sort of reveals itself. And of course, this is used to carry heavy stuff over to this little lift over here and you come underneath this bridge. And I think it's just absolutely cool. This is, I think, one of the most immersive parts of Gorf. And I absolutely love it. Also, I've just spotted a bit of an issue over here. There you go, much better. Oh, over there as well. Probably a good idea to fill this in general. There. Much better. Or maybe just like this, even. Now, next on the agenda, I think it's time that we work a little bit on the connection between this area over here and this area right over there. Which really isn't too difficult. It's just extending this wall over here to over there. And then doing something sort of fancy with this. I reckon that shouldn't be too hard. As you can see, I have continued this retaining wall all the way along here, all the way to over here. Now, the reason I stopped over here, I didn't continue it over here, is because, of course, Gorf is supposed to be somewhat gross, and dirt really fits the theme very, very well. Now, as you can see, I also worked on this transition a little bit, and I figured we can keep this really very simple. The dock over here, and those little platforms over in the water over here, they both have a very similar vibe to them, so I figured if I just extend the dock a little bit, it really blends in really well with those platforms over there. Very easy transition, there you go. Next on the agenda is the connection between this area and that area over there. Now, originally when I built this, I sort of figured because they are amphibious, the people that live here, they sort of swim across, right? But what if they have guests or whatever, right? They can't just, we can't expect everybody to swim. So what we can do is a sort of boat system, which I think would be really cool. Or we can build a bridge. I'm actually more in favor of the boat option for two simple reasons. A, it adds a lot of life to a village to have boats going back and forth. And B, it's a lot easier for me. And so really what we need to do is prepare a bit of a area over at the dock over there where the boats depart. And of course an area over here somewhere where the boats arrive. And of course the other way around as well. Now I've prepared just a tiny little bit. I've got some spruce wood which we can use. I haven't prepared enough because of course I need oak wood as well. There, now there's oak wood as well. Now we are going to need a whole bunch of slabs. All of them are slabs. And let's start. I think this would be a good area. Let's just expand. Ooh, not like that. A little bit over here. Now here's what I'm picturing, right? In the morning, we're going to have all these frogs that are ready to go to work. There will be frogs in their business suits, all ready to board the boats to the other side. There you go, something a little bit like that. We can have boats all along on the sides over here. I think it should be good. I'm wondering if maybe this is a little too long. Because of course we have the big ships coming in over here. They won't be able to pass here. But then this is already getting a whole lot shallower, right? So I'm really not sure if those big ships are going to make it to over here exactly. What we can also do is move all of this that we've just built, move it over here. And then we know for sure that we won't be in the way of the big ships. So let's go do that. And I've just made 12 boats. That's enough. More than enough. Let's go have a peek. How does that look? There you go. There you go. We've got all sorts of boats ready now to go to the other side. We don't really have another side ready. And to tell you the full truth, we don't have this ready yet either. We need, of course, logs. We need something to hold this all together, don't we? Now I'm realizing I did something different with these ones. I put mangrove logs over here. I don't really have a lot of mangrove blocks, wood blocks. So I'm going to go back later and fix that with these ones. And also this is one too tall. Boop. There you go. I think this is a beautiful dock for this area. Of course, I do need to add some more trapdoors. Just to add to the texture, right? We've got it all over the docks here. And now let's take one of those boats and go to the other side. There you go. Got some lily pads in the way, but this should be fine. Oh yeah, we can make a lovely dock over here. Oh, this would be great. I wonder if I want to do something about this area because it's kind of off-centered compared to this. But perhaps it's just fine the way it is. Well, let's start anyway by clearing out some of this. We do want to have a proper opening. We don't want these boats to run ashore before they reach the shore. And let's just start filling some of this in, making this a dock. And there you go. Now we've got a dock area over here with, of course, a whole bunch of boats, as you can see. Of course, I did the standard thing of putting trapdoors here, as if it's been repaired in some places. You may notice over here it's a little bit more than in the other areas. That's because I figured people are going to walk in and out of here, right? This is a busy spot. So I figured this would need to be repaired more often. So there's a lot of trapdoors over here. Now, of course, we've got another area over here. This is the gunpowder factory. This also needs something to be connected to that. We can't have just this grass over here, can we? And so what I was thinking is we sort of make... Let's see if I can demonstrate. We sort of make a path that goes a bit into the terrain. We make it stagger up a little bit with half blocks. And I have a vision for this, and I think it could be really very cool. If only I can execute it right. We'll see, we'll see. Let's go have a look over here. And would you look at that? We've nearly got it exactly to the front of this building over here. Out of a gunpowder factory. Perfect. Now you may notice, of course, there is a lot of dirt on the sides here. I always find it's very immersive to have your paths down lower a couple of blocks. I don't really do that a lot in the city itself, because it doesn't really make sense there, I think. But over here, oh, I think it's so immersive. It's so cool. Now, in fact, over here we can maybe even put some trapdoors just like that, as if they're holding back the dirt a little bit. Ooh, not like that though. I don't know, it's just a tiny little detail that I think adds quite a bit. I quite like it. And we can put some random trapdoors over there. Will that work? No, that won't work, will it? But we can put them a little bit in this area. Oh, more like so. Thank you, Woot. And we can make this transition a little bit smoother. Maybe put a trapdoor over there as well. And replace some of the grass. Let's fill this in just a little bit better. There you go. As you can see, with relatively little work, we can make something really cool and, well, sort of detailed. Of course, what we did with the slime factory is we put some extra trapdoors over at the door. Because, of course, that area would be used a lot more. And so it would need to be repaired a lot more. Let's also put them in different orientations, add some more chaos to it. There you go. I think that this is a beautiful path to the gunpowder factory. Now what I need to do is replace the bottoms of these with the mangrove wood still. I don't think I have a lot of mangrove wood, so I need to farm that. Uh-oh. And that is now the connection between this area of the city and the industrial area finished. Like I said, I did go ahead and put in the mangrove logs over here, as you can see. And again, what that does is you've got the oak wood, and when it's underwater it gets wet and that makes it a little bit dark, and that's what the mangrove wood is supposed to represent over there. And of course, I've done it on this side over here as well. And so with this connection done, really there is only one thing on the agenda left to do. And that is this bit over here. This needs to be a bit of a square of some kind. Ooh, wow. We need to take all of this grass, we need to fill it in with the streets that we've got over here, right? So that's going to be a little bit tedious, but we can figure it out. Let's go do it. Alright, so I'm starting by first laying out kind of where it goes up and down. This tiny little square that we're building over here. I'm doing some terraforming, make sure it's all smooths a little bit nicer. It has kind of a flow, right? Now, as you can see, to help with making it a little bit smooth, I've of course put this line here, whereas the grass was originally over here. So this is all going to be the street, right? I'm positively not sure that made sense. But what happened is I stumbled upon this, and I sort of kind of wanted to keep it over here, right? Woot, what do you think? The problem is it doesn't really make sense to go up and then down again, right? So, I'm not really sure. I think we should actually just get rid of it because it makes more sense. I kind of don't want to. Oh, and there's water underneath. Ah, that's fine. We can work with that. Like having it on the same level like that, it just makes so much more sense for a square, right? For a town square. We'll work it out. We'll work it out over here. So now it will flow just a little something like this. We've got a little open area over here, which is kind of cool, I guess. And of course I'm not filling this in, because all of this is still going to be replaced with soul silt and basalt. And you know what, actually? Let me start with filling some of that in with soul silt and basalt. Well, this is slightly awkward. Well, I think that is just about it. Let's go have a look at it from the top, shall we? I'm not sure that worked. Let's try that again. Oh, that looks weird. Wait, hang on. Ooh, yeah, no, yeah, that does look kind of weird, doesn't it? But it's fine, it's fine. I think that looks really cool. We just need, this is just kind of bland and boring. So we need kind of something to fill this out still. Just a little something. Okay, I will confess, I'm not quite sure if this is working. What I'm trying to go for is a sort of custom mangrove swamp. Just a really big tree that has its roots everywhere. And I sort of think it works. I'm not sure if this is exactly the way to go about it, but this is my take on it anyway. My own little custom mangrove tree. And now that I'm thinking about it some more, I wonder how I can make little puddles in here. Now let me go see if I've got any, but what I'm thinking is maybe we can add some flowers that are native to the area. Let's have a peek over here, some over there, one over here, one over there, and one's growing over here then too. There you go. Oh, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Now, let's have a look at it. Ouch. Yeah, you see that? Suddenly this area is so much better, right? Just adding a tree adds so much. And the reason I added a tree, I sort of feel like every town or village, or just the square of every town and village, really needs a big tree. Something that looks ancient. Something that looks like it's been there for a long, long time. Longer than the town itself. And the town is sort of trying to preserve it, right? So that's kind of what I'm going for here. I think it's kind of cool to have a tree that's been here for a while. And while I'm still not the best custom tree builder, I think I did pretty alright over here. I think it's pretty good. I want to say it is. I'm happy. Okay. Something really strange is going on. I've never seen this before in Minecraft. But look, if I open this chest, or rather listen, if I open this chest, doesn't make a sound, right? If I close it, doesn't make a sound. All of the other chests are fine. For some reason, if I open this chest, it doesn't make a noise. I don't know why this is a thing. I don't know why that's happening. That's so weird. I've never seen that before. Yeah, no, all the other chests are fine. I have never seen that before. That is so weird. But, and this may be just a little bit sad depending on how you want to look at it, we have done everything on the list today, which kind of means that Gorf, the whole project, the whole thing, it's finished. It's done. We've done it. We've built Gorf. That's it. I absolutely love it. This is it. This is the end. Oh, and look at that. We also get all the villagers coming out. Ooh, they seem to be coming out of the church. Must have just had a... What do you call that? A session? Sure. We've got their little town square and their market over here. It's finished. We've got the community center, the town hall. The apothecary is over here. The blacksmith. It's all finished. The slimery, remember? Oh, I love it. It's finished. We've got all the roads in place, of course. Well, we did that today. We all know that. We've got the arena, which is fantastic. You can still go there and watch some really good fights in parkour skills. Oh, looks like some of them are getting ready for a new match. Oh, see them practicing. We've got this new tree, which I think is good enough. Now, of course, they all just got out of church. So I'm assuming they're not working today. But if they were, they would be going into their boats over here. All while breaking the lily pads. And they'd be going to their work over here in the slime factory. Or perhaps in the gunpowder factory. I mean, I'm not sure if it really comes across in the video, but I'm really excited about this. I feel like it's always good to finish a project, right? I mean, look at that. That's it. This is Gorf. We finished it. It's got everything that it needs to have, I think, to be a proper town. It's even got a proper gate down here. It's the official entrance into Gorf. Oh, I love it. Now, I always love it when projects come together like this. And really what it means is that we can now move on to new adventures. Probably better adventures, probably greater adventures. I don't know. I suppose time will tell. If you haven't noticed, I absolutely love walking around in Gorf. I like it so much. I think it's so great. I rarely ever show off this bit of Gorf because there isn't really too much interesting happening, but it does feel so very immersive to me. I absolutely love walking around here in these little back streets of Gorf, right? I love how when you walk through Gorf, sometimes bits of the factory, they come shining through, right? I kind of feel like it's got some of that Disney castle effect, where sometimes you just see the top of the Disney castle appear when you're in the park. I mean, come on, that's kind of cool, isn't it? With the slime explosion at the top. And of course, the warehouse over here with all the storage. And in case you're wondering, this chest is working again. But like I said, I absolutely love finishing up projects because that means I can move on to new adventures. And I think that might just be precisely what I'm going to do next. I'm currently following Woot because he's just told me that he's got a great new adventure waiting for us. Can't wait to find out what this is about, Woot. And I cannot help but feel like this is something I should have guessed. Look, we're going towards the grasslands over here. Everything with Woot is always around the grasslands, isn't it, Woot? Are we going to the crack? Woot, we talked about this last time. I am not really interested in going into the deep dark. I know that's a great adventure. It's a fantastic adventure, but I don't really want it. I don't really want anything to do with it. Okay, is that alright? Are we going down here? Is that the idea? Well, luckily, I've still got my ender chest. Which one has all the good stuff? There you go. All my stuff with preparations for the deep dark. Oh well, there we go. Oh, let's not die. Ha! Oh, let's see. Can we land? That was a shrieker. That was definitely a shrieker. But I'm not hearing a warden yet, so that's good. Where's Woot? Oh, there you are, Woot. Wait, what? Wait, what? That's the portal. Wait, what? That portal is not supposed to be in the game yet it seems to be activated. How is that possible? I want to go check that out. Well, is that why I'm here? Uh-oh. Why is it setting them off? This wall, it's not supposed to set them off. What are we doing here? Is this a great new adventure you talked about? Okay, we're just going to go through this portal, huh? I must say I'm a little bit scared. But I'll follow you. Oh boy, what's going on?